Sweet 16, College Hoops, Bankroll Sports Club. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're killing your bracket and got some bragging rights as well. Making some money too, okay? We got the 4 games on the slate today. 8 games total for this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're so glad there's a tournament this year. Something to watch. These college kids really know how to play basketball, and it's really entertaining. So let's get right to it. All right. Don't forget to subscribe either. Also, pickmonitor.com. We actually document all our picks, unlike some other handicappers on YouTube or on Instagram, whatever. We document everything so you can see our proven history and track record. Pickmonitor.com. Username CGOTTA, CGOTTA. Thank you, Sports Dave, for what you do and your videos. Make sure you check out his channel as well on Pick Monitor. He has great videos. He does a lot better than I on the quality. And hey, let's get right to it. Mine are all one take. Let's go. We're going to jump to Loyola and Oregon State. Wow, this should be a spread around 5.5 right now for Loyola based on our power rankings. We spoke about that in previous videos about finding the deviation in the point spreads. So we see Loyola winning this game by 5.5. That's why we're going to choose Oregon State and the +7. Okay, and here's why. What a run for Oregon State. I mean, first of all, they played some high caliber teams. Look who they played recently. They beat Oklahoma State, Tennessee, UCLA, Oregon, and Loyola's good too. Loyola's #1 in the country for defense. I mean, the Ramblers play great defense. They also play in the Missouri Valley Conference. Not sure if you've heard of that before or not. But anyways, 2 plays right now. The over/under is sitting at 125. 125 is a very low number. Again, we know that Loyola plays great defense, but that's in the Missouri Valley Conference. 125 is a low number. The over is 7-1 in the last 8 games for Oregon State. They're also 5-0 against the spread on neutral site games. So again, we mentioned who they've played recently and knocked off. Some great caliber teams. We are taking the over 125. I actually bought it down to 123 and put in some parlays, which I recommend doing that, buying a little here and there and parlay 2, 3, 4. Have some fun with it. Just put a few bucks on it. All right. So we're rolling with the over 125 and the Beavers +7 with only a 1.5 point deviation on that game. Let's roll on to the next one. We'll make this simple. All right. Baylor and Villanova. Baylor's pretty unstoppable, man. They got a lot of kids that can play. Baylor will run Villanova out of the gym on this game, okay? Now, our deviation in the point spread shows Baylor only winning by 5, but I'll take the 7. I'll take the 7.5 in this game actually, because I really think that Baylor's just going to destroy Villanova. Who has Villanova really played? Who has Baylor played? Let me tell you real quick. Baylor's played Kansas and knocked them off. West Virginia, Texas, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, and Wisconsin. Just to name a few. Villanova, let's see who they've beaten recently. St. John's, Georgetown, Creighton. Actually, these aren't even games that they beat. I think they lost to Creighton or Georgetown. Butler, Marquette, and Providence. Come on now. The Big East there versus the Baylor here squad. They're going to get ran out of the gym, okay? Not to mention, they're weak, man. I've been fading Villanova all year. They may slow the game down a little bit. I don't think that is really going to be a factor. But they are awful about defending the 3-point shot. So, wow, big deal that Villanova beat Winthrop and North Texas to get to where they're at today. They're going to have a huge wake-up call. Baylor's going to cover the spread. Baylor has too many guys that can shoot. They are #1 in the country for three-point efficiency, okay? And there's no way Villanova is going to shoot 50% from three-point land in this game like they did in the last one versus North Texas, okay? Take Baylor, lay the points, consider the over. It's currently sitting at 141.5. Baylor's 12-2 to the over in the last 14 games as a favorite, okay? So we love that stat. Take Baylor and take the over, lay the points, all right? Oral Roberts, what a story for this team, right? They beat my Gators. Yeah, we don't need to talk about that anymore. I didn't do a video on that either, and I did not post that pick on Pick Monitor. Anyways, Oral Roberts, hot team right now versus Arkansas. The spread in this game, based on our deviation in the on our power rankings, should be 14.5. Arkansas laying. It's sitting at 11.5 right now. That's a 3-point deviation. That's a big deviation in a point spread. Not to mention they're 19-9-1 against the spread as well. Here's a cool fact that I don't know if most people even realize that these teams actually played each other this year. Like, what are the odds of that? What are the odds that these two teams meet back in the Sweet 16? This is very rare. Did you also know though that Oral Roberts, they're 5-0 on neutral sites? That's kind of cool. But listen, 2 outright victories too as double-digit dogs. I mean, everything's saying to take Oral Roberts in this game. When they played Arkansas last, they were up by 10 points in the halftime. So when these two teams met, Oral Roberts was winning at halftime, but then Arkansas came back and won. But you know that's Arkansas's motto. That's what they do. Arkansas seems to fall behind in the first half. They've done it in the last couple of games in the tournament, but they come back strong on the second half. So here's a couple options you could run with. You could take Oral Roberts +6 for the first half. That could be a play. So we might go with that one. But this team is better too than they were in the last matchup. While the Razorbacks are actually still the same team. But even with all that being said, I would even consider a live play right now in Arkansas if they fall behind. You know, and when I found that deviation in point spread, I'm willing to take the 11 points. I think I'm going to lay the 11. I'm going to take the first half +6 or 6.5 for Oral Roberts because we know Arkansas starts off slow. And I would even consider doing this if I were you. Watch the game, let the game start, do a live play. Make a live play on Arkansas if they fall behind a little bit so you can get a little bit more value, okay? That's something very important to pay attention to, especially in these tournaments. Watching the game start and find a better value once a favorite falls behind a little bit or vice versa, okay? Last game, it's a late game tonight, Syracuse and Houston. Power rankings show that the spread is close, okay? Our power rankings show 7.7. So this game's kind of dead on with the power ranking math and no deviation. Jim Boeheim, man, 20th Sweet 16 appearance. That's awesome. His son Buddy, he's playing fantastic. I mean, everybody's talking about him. He's got 25 plus points in the last 5 out of 6 games. Listen, Houston does play well. They got, but they're an average team. They're an average shooting team. Coming off an average performance against Rutgers. I mean, Rutgers probably should have beat them in that game, to be honest with you, if you did pay attention and watch that. But there's something about this Syracuse team. We've only played against them, bet against them, I think twice this year, and we lost both those times. So we're going to roll with Syracuse this time. I think a lot of people are actually, not the public, but the sharps. Sharp money's on Syracuse +7. They also defend the three-pointer. Okay, so we like to see the line move and maybe catch 7.5. Take the orange and take the points. So that's 4 games for today, all right? We're going to take Syracuse tonight, +7 plus the points, +7.5 would be great. We're going to roll with Arkansas -11 and possibly a halftime bet on Oral Roberts in the points, all right? Go over this one more time. Baylor, they're going to run Villanova out of the gym. They're going to win by, I don't even know. I don't have the math to tell you that, but trust me, Baylor's going to show up today, okay? Not that they haven't been showing up all year. And then we go back to Loyola and Oregon State. Again, the spread should be -5.5. I'm not saying Oregon State's going to win this game, but they are going to cover, okay, with the +7. And I believe the over 125 is a good, strong bet on this game based on those stats. You got to remember something, too. In the last 10 games, the Beavers are 9-1 against the spread, and they're 8-2 straight up. So that says a lot. Hey, good luck today. Thanks for checking out another video. Bankroll Sports Club. Hashtag it. Share with your friends. Comment below. Appreciate you guys. All my videos are one take. We do this for you, and we're passionate about it. We love what we do. You got any questions? Comment below. Any suggestions? Appreciate it. Don't forget the thumbs up. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck today, and hope you make some money.